extremely proud of the effort right up to the very end. There was no doubt in my mind and on the sideline, the coach's mind, that we were going to go down there and win the football game. So obviously disappointing. Really my biggest takeaway probably from this game is just, we didn't do what we did in our last, especially in the last game. We didn't finish. We didn't finish drives. We didn't finish out the game. We didn't finish the second half very well. And that's the things we've been doing the last couple of games. And so, again, you're going to be in football games, and these one-score games against good football teams at home. You got to be able to finish off, and so that's something we didn't do very well today. We did a lot of things in the game that we set out to do and play the game in a lot of ways that we wanted to, but we didn't execute in crunch time. We didn't finish drives very well, like I said, and then really to start the second half, they kind of set the tempo with their offense. So obviously disappointing. Again, I'm very, very proud of the way we are fighting and competing. And that was the case right up to the very, very end. So we were in that game, like I said, right up to the end. We got a chance to win there. We had a guy open in the end zone, and we can't get the ball off. And so, unfortunate. But hey, we're going to rebound and regroup. We still got 5 games left. Our division's still very much in play. I'm not a real big picture guy, but we're still got a very legitimate chance at the division. So we're going to keep fighting our butts off. So with that, I'll take some questions.
Darren, can you kind of just go into what, when you're weighing the final couple minutes of the game, the clock management, how you
Yeah, we were going down there to win the football game. I felt like we were reeling on defense, and if we scored, we were going to go for 2 and go for the win. So I didn't want them to get the ball back with time left on the clock. So I thought the way we played it out was exactly where we weren't played up.
Do you have any update on how Taysom Hill's doing? Or
Yeah, not yet. They're doing it. Yeah, obviously, he just got injured now, so hopefully we're going to get some more information. So hopefully it's not too bad, but no real information yet.
Are there any indications how severe it is? I know you said just like the reaction from everyone around him.
Well, listen, I'm by no means a medical person, so I've heard, I'm not going to go down that road because I've heard bad things before and it's good, and I've heard good things before and it's bad. So we'll just let the medical thing play out. Sal, the very same thing. Just waiting on, they're going to get those guys over for imaging and all that stuff and see what the deal is.
Darren, what would you say was the biggest problem on defense? It started with not being able to stop the run, I guess? Yeah,
listen, obviously they had 0 points at the half. I think they had 15 yards passing. We were playing the game the way we set out to win the game. We kind of had a way that we wanted to play this football game and felt like we could win this football game. And I thought defensively we were going on script in the first half. I thought second half, they came out, and if I'm not mistaken, they had their first 2 drives. And then they had an explosive play, which is always a great equalizer. We'd kind of done a great job of not giving those up in the first half. They get a couple explosive plays, and then we had a tough time stopping a run in the second half. So, again, just not consistent enough. I was really, really pleased at halftime with the defensive effort, but at that point we only had 6 points. So we kind of stalled on a couple drives. We missed a field goal. We could have been up 2 scores. We were only up 1, and so I felt like we had played the first half like we wanted to play it, but we only had 6 points to show for it, and that obviously caught up to us.
How about your guys' front game?
Yeah, listen, I felt like there was bits and pieces of our run game that was good. If I'm not mistaken, we were over 4.5 yards a carry on the day, and so, like I said, we were playing out the game. The disappointing thing for me was we put ourselves into some third and manageables and didn't convert those. And so I think we were 5 of 14 and on third down. That's been an issue for us, not being able to convert third downs in the second half. And that's reared its ugly head again now for a few weeks in a row. We've got to remedy that problem. That's part of the finish that I'm talking about.
Darren, you said you had a receiver open and couldn't get the ball out. It seemed like Derek had some time and was waiting for something to develop. Did you think there was an opportunity to get? Well,
all I know is we had a guy open. I don't know exactly how the route played out, his first and second read, but that's the first thing Derek said to me when he came off the field is, I know I had a guy open there. We were half a second too late. Gets the ball out a half second earlier. We might be having a different press conference right now. So
what is your thought on his game in that situation? Timing, feel in the pocket.
Well, listen, I'm pleased with the way Derek's been playing. There's really no, I think, are there a couple plays he'd love to have back? We didn't have any sacks today. I thought he got rid of the ball when he was supposed to. We weren't quite as good as our completion percentage wasn't quite as good today. I think they had a little pressure on us on some of those third downs. But I look at Derek for the game. I think he had maybe 12 or 13 incompletions, 8 of those are on third down. We've got to get better. That's got to be an emphasis for us. We've got to get continue drives and keep, one of our big things was keeping their offense on the sideline. We did that in the first half. We didn't do that as well in the second half.
Obviously, you guys did hit the big play at MVS. Was it something their defense was doing to take away deep shots, and you guys were content to be patient and put together?
Yeah, I think early on they were kind of playing some soft shell, and I think we had a lot of underneath, things that were open, and we took advantage of it. And then as the game went on, we had a couple of shot plays in the game plan that we were going to take. Just at the opportune time. And so, obviously that's all down distance related and things like that. So, but again, MVS 3 games in a row, good for him. Another huge play and a heck of a catch by Dante Pettis, on the 2-point conversion to get us tied back up. So, again, like I said, we did a lot of great things. It's disappointing because when you play one of these games out that you feel like, man, we could have won. And as we were going down the field at that last drive, in my mind, we were going to win the football game. And so it's a good news that we were in it right till the end. The bad news is we couldn't execute, couldn't finish.
Darren, how would you describe the mood in the locker room right now? Obviously, it's been a really good couple of weeks leading up to this. How would you describe it?
Listen, like any game that you lose, the guys are pissed off because they know that there was one there in our grasp that we didn't get. And unfortunately, we've had a few of those this year that we get down into this fourth quarter and these one-score games. And I think now overall we're 1-4 in one-score games. And if you're going to make the postseason in this league and be successful and win your division, all those things, the bottom line is you got to win one-score games. So that's just the bottom line. And so, I think the mood in the locker room is guys are still confident in what we're doing, but again, are disappointed that we lost, and they should be.
Darren, you didn't look satisfied with the DPI call. I mean, did you get an explanation on Alante?
I didn't get an explanation, and I thought I got to go back and watch the film, but there was some talk about that maybe he stepped out of bounds as well, so which makes him at that point ineligible to touch the ball first. So I got to go back and look at it, but yeah, that's all. I didn't get a very good explanation on any of that. No.
When you lose a player like Taysom on that last drive, how does that impact the flow of the offensive play calling?
Yeah, well, listen, I thought at that point, obviously, Taysom goes down. A lot of the guys are disappointed. He's obviously a very, very well-respected and well-liked guy in our locker room. So, but at that point, it also can be a little bit of a rallying deal where guys are, want to go and finish the game because of that. So, again, we had our opportunities. In all 3 phases, we made errors today that could have changed the game, and that's what we're searching for. We're searching and grasping for that one more play in each phase to take us over the hump, because that's where we were today. We needed one more play, really, from every phase to get ourselves the victory today. So that just didn't happen, and that's where we got to get better. We'll move forward and try to improve that this week, and hopefully go up to New York and get it fixed.
The timeout for that 3rd and 10 that ended up being 3rd and 5 for the penalty.
Yeah, we had 10 guys on the field.
Was that because Tyrann should?
No, we just had 10 guys on the field. We can't have 10 guys on the field. We had to call timeout because I obviously, if I was aware we had 10 guys on the field, and if we get a first down there, that's we're not going to play a play with 10 when we still. The bottom line is we can't have 10 guys on the field, and so that's why we took the timeout. We got to do a better job with substitutions. We burned an offensive timeout the second half as well for a substitution. We can't do that. We got to be better. We got to fix that. That's us. That's on me, and I'll take full responsibility for that. We got to get that cleaned up.